He is still very young, yet every single day he carries a responsibility most grown men would struggle to survive. For more than 14 years, he has lifted another human being with his own hands, washed him, fed him, moved him, comforted him, and protected him. That human being is his own brother, a man who has never walked even a single centimeter in his entire life. The brother he carries is older than him by many years. His name is Alex. Alex has spent almost his whole life sitting on the same chair, watching the world move while he stays still. His body never allowed him to stand, never allowed him to run, never allowed him to experience the freedom most people take for granted. But despite everything, Alex is still alive, still breathing, still thankful. The one who carries him is Joseph. Joseph is not a trained caregiver. He is not a nurse. He is not a social worker. He is a young man who was forced by life to grow up before he even understood what childhood meant. When most children were learning how to play, Joseph was learning how to lift a grown body without hurting it. When others were worrying about school, Joseph was worrying about how his brother would eat that day. Their story did not begin like this. There was a time when they had parents, a time when their home had laughter, a time when Alex was still a child, dreaming of going to school, and Joseph was just a small boy following his brother around the house. Their parents were kind and loving. They carried Alex with care. They believed in a better future, even though money was always scarce. Then everything changed. A famine came. Rain stopped falling, crops failed, families began starving. Survival became the only priority. Like many others, their parents were forced to make a painful decision. They believed leaving was the only way to save their children. One early morning, they told Alex and Joseph they were going to look for work in another place, maybe in a neighboring country. They promised they would return in a few days. That goodbye never ended. Days turned into weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. 14 years passed without a single return, without a message, without a sign of life. No one knows whether their parents are alive or gone. All that remains is silence. When the parents left, Joseph was only 6 years old. Today, he is 20. At 6, he became a parent. At 6, he became a provider. At 6, he became the only reason his brother survived. Joseph learned everything the hard way. He learned how to clean the compound before sunrise. He learned how to lift Alex onto the chair every morning and how to carry him back to bed at night. He learned how to wash another adult's body with dignity. He learned how to cook food without knowing where it came from. He learned how to survive on the kindness of neighbors and strangers. Most days, food comes from good Samaritans who pass by and decide to help. Other days, they go hungry. Yet Joseph never complains. He does what needs to be done, again and again, day after day, year after year. Alex watches all of this from his chair. He knows his brother sacrifices everything for him. He sees Joseph struggle to smile. He sees the weight of responsibility crushing a young life. Sometimes he wonders how food appears in front of him without knowing its source. Sometimes he eats without asking questions because survival does not allow too many thoughts. Alex has had moments of deep sadness. He has wondered what his future holds. He has questioned why his life turned out this way. Depression has visited him many times. Confidence disappeared. Hope became fragile. Then one day, something changed inside him. Alex realized that pain and suffering are unavoidable. He understood that worrying would not change his reality. He began to believe that maybe life still had a reason for him to exist. He chose to become mentally stronger, not because life became easier, but because giving up was no longer an option. He started praying. Prayer became his anchor. Gratitude became his strength. He learned to thank God for life itself, even while sitting in a chair. Letting go of pain did not happen instantly, but every prayer helped him breathe a little easier. There was a grandmother who used to visit him every morning. They would pray together. She told him that prayer could give him peace even when answers never come. Those words stayed with him long after she stopped coming. Music also became his escape. Alex loves music. even though he says he is not good at it. Singing helps him forget the pain. It makes him feel alive again. He memorizes songs and sings quietly to himself, feeling the silence that surrounds him. But despite his strength, one fear still haunts him. Fear still his future. Alex has never been taken to a hospital. Not when he was a child. Not now. Even when their parents were still around, there was no money for medical care. He believes that if he had been examined earlier, maybe his life would have turned out differently. He still hopes it is not too late. He dreams of seeing a doctor, of understanding what condition he has, and of possibly receiving treatment. He is tired of sitting in the same chair year after year. Joseph shares this hope. He dreams of getting his brother a proper wheelchair, something that could make daily movement easier. He dreams of a life where lifting his brother does not damage his own body. He dreams of relief, even if it is small. Joseph also has dreams of his own. He wants to become a mechanical engineer. He loves engineering. He has passion and curiosity. But he knows reality is cruel. He does not go to school. He cannot afford school fees. Even if someone helped take care of Alex, there would still be no money for education. His dreams stand on fragile ground. Yet he keeps going. Lack of parental love leaves invisible scars. Growing up without parents forces children to become defensive, emotionally guarded, and prematurely mature. Joseph never experienced the comfort of guidance. Alex never experienced the safety of security. Still, they survive together. They hope. They hope their parents are alive. They hope one day they will return. They hope for answers, even if those answers bring pain. Until then, they live with uncertainty. Life is unfair, but it is also temporary. Hard times pass. Good times pass. Nothing lasts forever. Those who survive difficult seasons often emerge stronger, even when success looks different from what the world defines. Joseph and Alex remind us that strength does not always mean wealth or fame. Sometimes strength means waking up every day and choosing not to give up. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to this channel so more stories like this can be told. Like this video to help it reach more people. Share it with someone who needs hope today. Leave a comment and let us know your thoughts. And if you want to support this channel even more, consider joining our YouTube membership. Thank you for watching.